Wellness League Live. What's up, everybody? I'm DJ Anthony. That's my co-host in California. I'm in New Jersey. Magnus,
hey, guys.
How are you? Okay. Look, Magnus, today, why are young guys taking steroids? Now, listen, look, if nobody should take steroids, period. It's not good for you, period. However, I could see possibly someone saying, oh, I'm in the NFL, MLB, NHL, NBA, whatever. Or maybe you're like very, very serious, bodybuilder, okay. But I really want to kind of focus on young men who are taking steroids just to take the shit, which is probably most people who take steroids. And steroids can be a good thing if you have, God forbid, certain diseases. Steroids can help you help people tap down inflammation. So certain diseases like Crohn's and things like that, and other diseases, certain types of cancers or AIDS, steroids can be beneficial. But if you're
burn victims is one of the key. Yeah, one of the key.
Right.
That's actually why they started doing a lot of research. So actually burn victims. So that's yeah, and this is something that started early. Like we know that Germany during Second World War was experimenting with this, trying to give it to their soldiers and so on, because they wanted to basically create the dominant super soldier. A little bit about what we're seeing with Captain America when he get the super soldier serum and stuff like that. So it again kind of like when reality and fantasy kind of meets.
Yeah. And again, but this is really about, most people who are taking steroids are, your Jersey Shore Guidos, hey, I gotta look big, hey, I'm that person. And so it's not to make fun of that person, because I don't want that person to be taking steroids, because you're going to fucking kill yourself. It's not going to be pretty. Dying of cancer and heart disease ain't cute, dude. And it's going to happen soon, not when you're 90. So, but okay, let's talk about it.
So here's my take. I would say that the last couple of years, specifically, especially on social media and things like that, we are starting to see a lot about teens taking steroids and also. Funny, I watched a video today on YouTube about steroid use for teenagers, and we have teenagers that are not on juice saying that they're on juice. Oh, sorry, because it's what creates a buzz, how they get more views, how they get followers and things like that, which is insane. I mean, it's
obvious to know who's on.
Yeah, but still, like one guy said that he was 14 years old on juice. He was actually 18 years old. He would just look smaller and younger, but he was like training. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty darn disgusting on how it, and I think that a lot of young men kind of feel pressured into doing it as well too, because everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
And also they do feel, oh well, why should I wait 5-10 years to build all this muscle mass when I can do it in like 6 months to a year?
And they don't. So, and I think here's the thing. I think at the core of this, and tell me what you think. I think when you drill down on it, men who are taking steroids for legit medical reasons, men who are taking steroids, young men, they're doing it because, very, very simple, they're insecure, period. That's it. Because, and by the way, I have insecurities, you have insecurities, we all have insecurities, but to take a drug it's going to hurt you and it's not going to be pretty, that's just not, you shouldn't do it, dude. Like, work on exercise, work on your brain muscle, get a better degree or whatever, work harder, get more money, whatever.
You go to the gym and train naturally. I mean, it's I think that's one of the things that I think a lot of the people that become lifelong lifters is because it's a journey. The journey is more important than the goal. Again, I train for many reasons besides building muscle and being strong. I mean, it's a great way for me, like when it comes to mental health. It makes me feeling more calm, like releasing stress and so on. And I think that it's not there's way too little focus on that aspect of strength training, and also like how much like actually building muscle, keeping muscle on our bodies, how important that is for long-term health as well too. It's starting to break through to general population now that strength training is probably, when it comes from for health perspective, and also when it comes to like reducing body fat, is actually the best method of doing it.
You should do it, but not taking steroids again. If you
No. And again, it's
in the NFL, you can make that argument, but no, you're not going to the NFL, buddy. You're going to the Jersey Shore. Cut it out. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. Just, and I think, but Magnus, right? You know, muscles. Well, people respect you. Or they talk about you. Oh, look at the girls like it. I get it. It's got to be very, very addictive and awesome.
It is very addictive.
That respect. People are moving away. Oh wow, and the girls love you. I get it, but they're not going to love you when you're sitting in a bed dying of cancer, and it's going to happen. So sorry, but
we see a lot of that. You know, people get a lot of clap for being jacked and things like that. But again, it's again American culture. Just look at it like we always kind of adore the athlete, the strength athlete, the big muscle guy. You see it in wrestling, you see it in boxing, like we're talking about heavyweight boxing and so on, and MMA now and so on. So we're always getting exposed to these incredible bodies, and they're shredded and so on. And
I will say MMA though does have very strict guidelines. I probably, ironically, I think there's more steroids in other sports, not MMA, but I mean,
MMA used to like have basically zero testing. And of course, there's people taking steroids. You see that also. I would say that, for instance, if we call that extreme sport of CrossFit, also very, very common of people using it. And also the sad part that we also starting to see that a lot of teenage girls that are using steroids.
Yeah, but that's no,
Anthony, no, Anthony. It's becoming way and way like you would kind of be shocked on how many girls that are actually using steroids, and actually like young teenage girls that are doing it as well. It's insane, because again, everybody's chasing this perfect kind of body that they see all the time getting exposed, and how people get famous for training and things like that on all these social media things and so on.
I do know a lot of women who are taking Ozempic because that's making them lose weight. That I heard and I see and I know. I'm not saying that girls don't take steroids. I'm not doubting that. But me hesitating is that I think not all women, I get it, but I think most women don't want to be kind of jacked. They want to be.
But it has nothing to do with being jacked. Right now, it's also you see it on social media. You see a lot of these influencers that are using steroids and also so on, and they're building phenomenal glutes and legs and all that. I mean, it's not just about being like jacked and ripped. No. We're seeing like it's normal people. So, for instance, fact. Of steroid use, how many do you think are like athletes that are doing it for sports performance?
In general, all sports, you're saying?
We're talking about like steroid users. Like what percentage wise? How many are doing it for athletic performance?
I'm gonna say 30%.
It's 15%. So 85% of the people, it might have changed. That's the number that I have, at least, like give or take. It's probably even more now, that are using it just because, like, general population. You're taking it because you want to be jacked. You're not making any money out of it or anything like that. It's just that, I want to be jacked and look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime.
Yeah.
So that is just sad too. So we need to understand that like the majority, a big majority of these users are actually not doing it for athletic performance.
Well, I'm saying, this is what I wanted the show to be about, because again, I can understand someone making the argument, hey, listen, I played professional basketball, I need to take it. Okay. But again, I'm a dude on the beach, I just want to look tough. Yeah, bro, you're gonna die a grisly death, and it's gonna happen soon. By the way, I didn't know this, but you could take steroids many different ways. Obviously, injections, which everyone thinks is the most, but you can also do creams, pills, skin patches, and implantable pellets that will
Yeah.
time release in your. That's amazing. All right, well,
It's the same thing like how you basically give testosterone treatment. It's basically the same thing. You have it in testosterone creams, you have it injections, you have it in pills, you have it like you said, you're taking it like putting it under the skin, so it's slow release.
right.
So it's important to understand it too. One thing that I definitely want to like tell the difference is also like steroid use is different from testosterone replacement treatment. So we make that clear. We're talking about the people that are taking a lot of these things for not for health perspective when they're older. It's actually the young teenagers we're talking about. So Anthony, what would you like? Do you have a list or anything like that on what the side effects are?
Oh, dude, forget it. It's. I can't believe people would take this shit.
Yeah, no, but
You're gonna die, buddy, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna happen early. You know. So yeah. So people. So, yeah. So here's some of the stuff you can expect and look forward to when you take steroids. So, it'll destroy your bones. It's funny because you have, I don't want to say names, but there's a very, very famous one of the top bodybuilders in the world. He's retired now, but the dude can barely walk because his bones have turned to mush, among other things, and how he trained. But anyway, so bone marrow, you can get leukemia, plastic anemia, kidney failure. That's always fun. Growth failure. It also will. Let's see the other one. Another list of stuff here that's amazing. You will get, well, nobody really cares about acne, but you can get that. You can ruin your
you can get really bad severe acne, like
yeah,
you can see some people that shows that on social media, so like how bad their skin turned out. They almost,
a lot of people don't mind about that. They don't care about that.
No, but they almost look like they're burn victims.
Right.
That's how bad their scar, like acne happening.
Bro, you got a famous kid out there now that's doing this, and his skin looks like pizza. He don't care because he's big. But he's going to care when he gets prostate cancer and he gets breast cancer. It also will make you have man boobs. It'll also worsen your sleep. It'll shrink your testicles. That's always fun. And it will ruin your menstrual cycle and other things for the women. It will give you a stroke, blood clots, high blood pressure, liver damage, cysts, male pattern baldness. You'll have delusions, depression, mania, decreased sperm production. Who cares? You don't want to have kids, right? Enlarged breast. If you're a kid, you're not thinking about having kids. Enlarged breasts, decreased testicles, like we talked about. If you want testicle cancer, shoot steroids. And what else? That is a lot right there. So it really.
I can add a fact that I did not know. Was kind of interesting. It actually reduced, especially when we're talking about teenage use. It can actually hinder your brain development, so you're actually lowering your IQ. So that's basically how crazy it is. And also with the thing about growth, it actually could make the growth plates actually kind of like stop working, so you actually do not develop your full height. So more than that. And one thing that we did not bring up, and this is a very, very important thing, steroids are illegal if you're not having it taken like recipe from a doctor. So there you have it.
Probably getting shit gear.
I was just going to say that too. You're taking a risk of getting things that are tainted, that are not clean, and so on. So also, I want to point out, unfortunately, we see a lot of supplements getting tainted with.
Bro, I was going to mention that next.
With illegal things. So
eat right. That's what I got to do. Work hard, eat right.
If you're taking supplements, make sure that they are third-party tested, meaning that we have an independent lab that are testing these and seeing that they're clean. But
third party, it's not regulated by the FDA. So
but at the end of the day, these are basically, like when we're talking about, these are labs that have basically been approved by FDA to do these tests. But again, it comes down to this. If you're eating something funky and you get caught in like testing and it's positive, it's up on you. So it doesn't matter if oh, but I fought. No. Unfortunately, you are going to get caught, and you're the one to blame. So I just want to point that out, because you see, even if you're not taking steroids, you might be taking a lot of weird supplements that you should not be taking. And we still see that student athletes in high school and things like that get tested. So be cautious and wary of what you put in yourself.
Yeah, I think that. Go ahead.
I was also going to add that I think it's very, very important if we have parents listening that have teenage boys. Have this conversation early. It's important that talking about this, that it is a problem, and we're seeing it growing. And
parents need to get educated themselves, dude.
Yeah,
they don't
of
even
course.
know these things. I mean,
Yeah, for 100%. I mean, like, you need to understand what goes on and what your kids are going through, and that it's nowadays it's like it's everywhere. I mean, you can go get it like. Most gym have someone that is basically selling it there. Yes, it's illegal, and they don't really care if it's a teenager or not. They're making money, right? And I would say that a lot of these kids have no clue on how to take them or not to. They go in, they go to. Yeah, or go on a forum. I don't want to mention any by name, and then they ask like people and so on. So they're not really getting it from doctor's point of view, and prescription and control.
You're young and dumb. You do dumb shit.
So
it's almost like falling on deaf ears, this whole thing. But if anybody has half a brain out there, like I said, the disease and illnesses that await you, boy, you're gonna regret taking those steroids, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I think again, what we're talking about children here, teenagers. They're especially young boys. Their brain halves have not really like grown together. That happens basically in our mid-20s. So we're kind of a little bit slower than girls, and we get caught up on doing a lot of stupid stuff. So again, I'm not an expert on steroids. I know some things about it because it's something that we basically got told when, like, I was doing my nutrition. Like, we're talking about getting my certification for nutrition. Is that you might end up having clients that know it. So, like, they say, like you should probably understand the basics on how it works. Something that I also read about biochemistry, also how they work too. But I think it's very, very important that we educate ourselves and our kids on the dangers of using them. So
it's very prevalent.
And want to add something to what you're saying. Yeah, if you're going to the MBA and things like that, I completely agree that too. Like, I understand if someone would take it for getting to the next level and earning, like we're talking about, you're set and your family is set for
I'm not
for
saying
a couple
they
of
should
generations.
do it, but
of course not.
I
No,
can
but
understand that. I can't understand going to the beach in Jersey Shore because you're a Guido.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
The thing is,
therapists don't go for steroids.
The thing is also, like, kids need to understand this. If you start taking steroids when you're a teenager, like because I need to be good at a sport or something like that, you are probably gonna get washed out really, really fast anyway. If you're lucky to go to the next level, would be university level, you're competing against athletes that have never taken it, and they're just like extremely good athletes. They will definitely be better than you. I can guarantee it, because they don't take it and things like that. They're not a risk factor, like lower injury risk and all that. So you're probably not going to go to the pros anyway, even if you think that you are. So just a little bit of warning, and kind of think about what you're actually doing, like, early on.
Yeah. And again, and they shouldn't do it either. But for me, it's more just the everyday guy. It's like, hey, I just want to look big. Like, dude, go get a therapist, man. Like, that's no matter what. But
you're definitely right. And also, like, we're talking about roid rage and things like that. I don't know if steroids give you roid rage, but I do know what happens if you're an asshole. And, like, before you start taking steroids, you become a bigger asshole usually. Right. Like, because like you said, this is something that has more to do with your mental health and things like that in many ways, that you think feeling unsure, like you have to act out, you're aggressive towards people and so on. And again, definitely not a good combination of having like poor judgment and being aggressive and then just getting more muscles and think that you're unstoppable and behave even worse. So yeah, not a good way, and it's not attractive either.
Yeah, instead of taking steroids, take martial arts, because you'll be a real badass. And because steroids is, if you're insecure. Look, I get it. You're taking steroids because you're insecure. Go to jujitsu or boxing. Like, learn how to actually kick ass, and then you won't need the steroids to make you feel like you're somebody.
And you probably won't be out fighting and behaving like a shithead either, because you understand the damage it can cause, and that and all other things that it could happen just to go out and fight people. I think that's not a good way of living and spending your free time doing.
Yeah. No, and I think a lot of these bodybuilders also, like, I mean, they're honest. They do say that they take steroids, but when you see their shows or their segments or their whatever, IGs or Instagram, Facebook, whatever, they only talk about eating and working out, but they always kind of conveniently leave out that they're taking drugs. And we all know this, but it's, I don't know. It's sad, but anyways.
Yeah, no, like again, it is a big issue, and we're seeing that like definitely increase of use of these, and also they're way more available as well too. So I like, people needs to be careful and understand that they're easy to get a hold of, even for a teenager. They have lifelong lasting effects when you take them. Like you said, a lot of things like you might not think when you're a teenager. Well, potentially you're not going to be able to have kids down the road because of it. You might be forced to use testosterone therapy for the rest of your life because your body shut down its own production and so on. So, and gyno, like bitch tits or whatever you want to call them, you have to go in and take care of that. So surgery and more money and recovery and dangerous things and so on. So it's an extremely slippery slope, and it is a drug for a reason. People get addicted to it. People get addicted to having the muscle, like you just explode in the gym and get strong and things like that. And then like when you stop doing it, you shrink down to like a little shrimp, and then you need to I need to be on gear again and so on. So you're setting you up for unfortunate failure. That's how I see it.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can, obviously. Most people are just going to do it, but you hope that some kids fucking think and don't touch the shit. But anyways,
I would say also, like, if you're a teenager and listen to this and you have friends doing it, like, you should, like, I understand that it's a very uncomfortable like topic and conversation to have, but if you really care about your friends, you're just like, hey dude, you don't need it. I get it. I understand where you're getting it, but there's a lot of negative effects besides the positive effects that you're getting too. There are a lot of negative effects.
True that. All right. Well, that's it. Man, is there anything else before we wrap up, buddy?
Yeah, teenagers do not use this at all, and mostly men. Like, if you do it, TRT, have your doctor check you out, make sure that it's legit while you're doing it. Take the right dosages and so on. Girls, don't use this either. It's not good for you either. Yeah, just a heads up for you guys.
Well said, my friend. Okay, I'm out of here. Magnus, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you. Check back in for more great content. We're signing off. Okay, 5, 4,
bye, guys.
3, 2, 1. Bye.